I was told that that area back there looks like absolute trash, and that I need to like clean up a few things. So is that better? Is that better? I don't know. Here I might throw up a poster or something. I don't know. Uh something. Okay. Dumb memes and weird jokes aside. Hi, I'm Risen Chaos TV. I've been live streaming for probably 3 to 4 years now. And let's just say over my time streaming on both YouTube and Twitch that I've come up with a few strategies and different little nuggets of information that are just kind of nice to know. And with that being said, let's hop right into this. Tip number one. Tip number one is quite simple. Essentially, find your perfect video settings. This can be difficult or pretty easy, honestly. Most of the time, you can get away with running the OBS setup wizard. You can find that pretty simply by going to your tools in OBS, and right underneath there, you should be able to find Auto Configuration Wizard, because that'll take into account your PC specs, your internet, all of that. It'll take that all into account. That usually works most of the time. However, there are also certain instances, like my PC, where it didn't. Again, I will be posting 2 links down below where if you are having trouble finding your perfect bitrate or something like that, I will leave 2 links down below that will help you find those settings. Oh, and before I forget, I guess that this is worth mentioning in this area. If you do decide to go the route of a 2 PC streaming setup, even though nowadays with the new NVIDIA RTX cards and other other GeForce cards that use the Turing architecture, it is really easy to do a single PC stream setup, but that has its limitations. And if you are going to be doing a 2 PC streaming setup, you can either run NDI or get a capture card. Personally, I'm running a capture card because my internet cannot do NDI. Tip number 2. Twitch's algorithm sucks. And for that matter, a lot of other platforms that are dedicated to live streaming, such as Mixer, discoverability sucks. I know that there's going to be a lot of Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube streamers that are like,
Oh, I've never posted on Twitter and I have over 400 followers. Heidi hoity, I'm doing some sort of Irish impression. I need to stop and I need to rethink my life.
I'm gonna follow my advice. I'll be right back. I gotta go rethink my life, chat. Okay, but actually, uh, social media use when it comes to streaming is super important. I mean, very important. First off, with Twitter, do not spam hashtags. The format that I like to go for my tweets, at least, is like do a greeting like, hey, how's everybody doing? I just want to let you know that I'm live on my Twitch channel playing whatever game. If you want to join, come say hi. Grab a snack, grab a drink, whatever. Post my link, and then I usually don't really hashtag a lot. I usually hashtag the game, that's about it. I see a lot of streamers that do stuff like hashtag retweets, at flame retweets, at rapid tweets, at rapid retweets, at tweet rapid tags, at all of these things. The reality is, it was rigged from the start. Honestly, all those things, it doesn't matter what people say, they don't help you guys. I'm sorry. I know it might hurt a few feelings, but it really doesn't help, okay? I've had multiple experiences with people that do that. And on the topic of Twitter, don't do like those, don't advertise on like those advertising tweets for Twitch and YouTube. Twitter doesn't have to be just a place for you to go and advertise. Believe it or not, Twitter's actually good in the sense of just saying, Hey, how's everybody doing today? Hey, have you guys ever thought of this? Hey, have you guys ever yada yada yada? Use Twitter to actually grow a small community there. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. For some reason, a lot of like Twitch streamer Twitters are like dedicated to just constantly advertising. And again, I used to do that too. I'll fully admit that. That's how I used to do my Twitter, but thankfully I think I got a little bit better. Think I got a little bit better. It's like media, I guess you could call it, YouTube. The saying I have, and a lot of people have come to agree with me, is you can do YouTube without Twitch, but you cannot do Twitch without YouTube. If you're not making content on YouTube, it's literally just going to make growing harder. I'm not going to say it's impossible. Honestly, I can promise you that if you were to, for example, make content like small edited clips together and put them on your Twitter account, it would work. If you were to put them on Instagram, it would work. The general thing I think I've failed to get across is that you just need to make content outside of Twitch. It just so happens that YouTube, when it comes to actually like making, editing content, is honestly, it's just where it's at. The algorithm is in your favor a lot of the time. I'm not going to sit here and say you will get millions of views, you will get thousands of likes, it will be easy mode. I'm not going to say that. It's wrong. That is false. However, the algorithm is actually going to help you more than you might give it credit for. I have something for Instagram. I have something written for Instagram. It's literally just same thing with Twitter, but hashtags matter. Cool. Design. The next topic I want to talk about is the design of your stream. So overlays, stuff like that. Yeah, you can get those for free. I've had this I have had so many mixed feelings on getting like overlays off of places like Nerd or Die or what's that other one that suddenly is sponsoring a lot of channels? Own TV. By the way, links to these in the description. I'm not sponsored, but I'm actually trying to help you guys out. You can get free overlays. They might not be, say, the most original, because sadly you will or might find somebody else using the same overlay, or at least a similar one, maybe recolored or something. Overall, these like few things that I've mentioned, they all work. Who knows, maybe you're proficient with Photoshop and you can just make one yourself. That works too. Maybe you have money burning a hole in your pocket and you want to pay a designer on Fiverr. Or you can go to my designer. He's actually really awesome. I'll drop a link to him in the description. But point is, there's a lot of different ways that you can get a quality overlay, or at least semi-quality overlay, for relatively cheap. You don't have to break the bank buying an overlay, is what I'm trying to say here. Presence on stream. I swear these bits get like dumber and dumber. I want to talk about people's presence on stream. First things first, I know it can be hard, but you want to talk a lot. Believe it or not, that's what streamers are supposed to do. They're supposed to entertain. Now, usually when it comes to entertaining, there are two ways that streamers will entertain. Well, then there's the mix of both, but you either are super good at the game you play, or you are just a generally entertaining, you have an entertaining personality. Usually you need both of those, or at least one of them, so how I'm growing, I have no idea. A rule I follow, at least, is how it's okay for there to be silence. Don't get me wrong. But there should never be more than, I'd say, 30 seconds to a minute worth of silence. And I know that some people might disagree with that. They might say that there should be no silence ever. But personally, I feel like if you're going to stop talking, it shouldn't be longer than 30 to 45 seconds. Not to mention with how easy it is to just have Spotify or something like that running in the background with a little bit of background noise. There's no excuse for it to be completely silent on stream other than your game. And for those of you that might struggle with just talking to a camera while you're playing your game, invite your friends. Until you can learn to talk to the camera or essentially talk to the camera, or at least talk to yourself without chat, I would full-heartedly recommend going onto Discord or whatever, finding some friends or just people that you enjoy playing with, having them on and just talking to them. Now, I was able to get interviews with two smaller content creators, one of which an up-and-coming YouTuber, Clastics. He is part of Front GG. He has over 900 subscribers, and he's also a friend of mine. So, roll the clip. Hello. Very quickly, Clastics, introduce yourself.
What's up, everyone? It's Clastics, the YouTuber / content creator.
How do you handle analytics? I know that you recently have been dipping into streaming, but you're mainly a content creator.
Yes, sir. So basically, like, at first I was always on YouTube Studio, like looking at watch time, views, all that. But recently I kind of started looking at that much less and not paying attention to it as much. I mean, you do have to look at your views to see how the video is doing, like what do your viewers want to watch. But I kind of have stopped looking at analytics because I was focusing on the numbers way too much rather than simply enjoying the content that I was making.
So you would say that you personally went from watching the analytics like a hawk, I guess you could say, to now having a more casual approach of you watch the likes, the views, and all that, but to see what people like and don't like, but not as much, so that way you can get obsessed over the numbers, because I know that that's happened to a lot of people.
Exactly. If you get too obsessed with the numbers, it doesn't even become a hobby anymore. It's more like you're just focusing on the numbers way too much.
So, my question is, how do you balance all that? How do you balance, say, wanting to... I have a feeling it's kind of in a content creator's nature. You want to look at... a lot of the time, sometimes you want to look at, how close am I to hitting a certain goal that I have set for myself, or in your case, your channel, let's be honest here, lately has been popping off, and congratulations for that, by the way. It's really cool to see.
Thank you.
You're probably, I'm assuming, getting really excited for that 1,000 subscriber mark.
Yeah, I'm getting really hyped for that. Very, very hyped. But so obviously, you're gonna want to set a like goal for yourself. You're gonna want to be like, can we hit 50 likes on this video, which is like the normal thing to do. Everyone does that. But once it gets to the point where you're just constantly refreshing your analytics page or just looking at the likes to view ratio or watch time, and you see it's like on one video it didn't do as well, rather than saying to yourself like, oh damn, my viewers like are kind of straying away from my content, like getting down about it, just think to yourself, oh, this video didn't do as well, like maybe they did want to see something else, maybe make another video on like different content, rather than just getting down about the numbers being low. Like once the numbers start affecting your mood, then it's kind of like you're obsessing over it way too much. That's how I see it, in my opinion. Don't let it affect your mood too much. Obviously, you're going to be happy when you hit a goal, but if you don't hit the goal, don't get down about it. Just set a lower goal for next time. If you hit that, then go back up to that last goal that you had set. Or once you hit that goal, don't expect to hit that goal every single time.
Because the main basis of this question was how different content creators will handle analytics, where I've seen the philosophy of you don't want to watch the numbers, you just want to focus on making content. But then there's also the philosophy of, again, if you don't watch the numbers, you don't know what people like.
Exactly.
So I would say that you can disagree with this if you want. Maybe you come up with your own philosophy for it, but I'd say that you kind of found an interesting middle ground of You watch the numbers, that way you know what people like, but you don't obsess over them like some streamers and content creators will do.
Exactly. But I think it's different for every content creator or streamer. It's just kind of finding your middle ground. But I would say if you're starting off, like definitely do not focus too much on the numbers. They're gonna be like maybe 1 like or like 5 views on a video if you're starting off. It's gonna be hard. So don't get discouraged by that.
That was very insightful to your how you run your channel. If you don't mind me phrasing it like that.
No, that's fine.
So, to that I say, feel free to plug anything you'd like, very long or as briefly as you'd like.
Oh, okay. All right. Help me hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, youtube.com/classics. Even though I said don't focus on the numbers too
Link
much,
in
but
the
hey, it's an
description.
accomplishment. And yeah, that's basically all I want to plug. Maybe twitter.com/classics too, but yep.
Okay, this has been an interview with Classics, the local Vara meth addict and war crime inductee. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you later. Thank you, Classics, for coming on. Honestly, he is genuinely an awesome guy. Link down below to his channel. The next guy that we are interviewing is Wi-Fi Panda Gaming. He is a streamer with just over 1,000 followers. Actually, wait a minute. He is at 1,289 followers on Twitch. And might I just say, he puts in the grind. Like, unironically, he puts in the grind. And I respect him for that. Honestly, he deserves all of it. He's an awesome streamer. Again, link down below. But roll the interview.
Hi, I'm Bear Empire Wi-Fi, aka Wi-Fi, co-founder of Bear Empire.
For those of you guys that didn't know, which I'm assuming is probably a lot of you because I haven't yet really truly pushed Vara yet on my channel. He also live streams. He is a live streamer. How long have you been streaming?
I'd say I'd be streaming for the past 3 years. I got affiliated last year. No, 2 years ago, on February 22nd, and I've just been streaming ever since.
It is time for the question or two that I do have for you for this little experiment that I'm doing.
Okay.
So, there are two mindsets when it comes to content creation, whether that be streaming or recording, that I have come across.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is that you should never pay attention to the numbers. You should focus on solely having a good time and entertaining those that are in chat.
Right.
But then there's the people that say, well, if you don't pay attention to the numbers, you won't notice what you did wrong, what made you lose viewers, etc., etc. So, take these. Maybe you have a different one completely. Maybe you have a hybrid of the two. What kind of mindset when it comes to stuff like that do you follow?
Me personally, I don't look at numbers. I just stream as if I had, 500 people, 600 people watching me, even though I have 5 or 6. Like you want to stream like you're getting watched by 30,000 people. It doesn't matter how many people you have in there. You want to stream as good as you want to, and not have a mindset where, oh, I need to make these people happy so they'll stay. You want to have a mindset of sitting there, playing your game, making the greatest content you can as a streamer, and that as a content creator as well, YouTube and stuff. You want to make content. You don't have to appeal to the subscriber. You got to make the content that you want to make, and if it doesn't get as many views or likes as you want, to try to change it up. Like I said, I stream as if I have thousands of people watching me, and I average like 5 or 6 people in the stream. Right. Outside of you guys, I have averaged like 5 or 6 people at a stream. So, I mean, I'm not the best streamer, but I've got 5, 6 consistent that want to come back and watch me. So I must be doing something right.
Right. Now, would you agree that to some degree the whole viewer count or watching the viewer count or watching the analytics more closely versus not could also be a personality based or content
I'd
creation
say like hurt your
at all?
pride. I'd say it hurts your pride because you have this sense in your head like, oh man, I'm the best streamer ever. I'm I'm great at streaming. And when you look at those numbers, it kind of knocks you down a couple octaves. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And versus not looking at the numbers, even if you know the numbers and you don't look at them, you could keep a mindset in your head that you know you can always build up in success. Like me, I like I said, I averaged like 5, 6 viewers. I just think like I always think one step ahead. Like, oh man, okay, just gotta be funnier. Gotta just do what I usually do. Don't look at the numbers. Don't look at anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. Analytics, numbers, they really don't mean nothing to me because just on paper, they're numbers.
Right.
Only you and the people that you advertise yourself around will help you grow those numbers. But sitting there feeling sad for yourself because you can't boost those numbers while you're looking at them isn't going to get you anywhere. It's going to make you pissed off. It's going to make you mad, and it's going to make you feel like you can't do these things. So, like, I highly suggest, like, anybody that's a streamer or content creator, don't look at your numbers. Don't look at your analytics. Don't look at the numbers. Create your content how you want to create your content, and people will revolve around it.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. That's actually a very good place to gonna lead
Appreciate
with
it.
that. Second of all, again, thank you for coming on the video. Feel free to plug anything while we're here.
Follow me on Instagram, Big Panda Wi-Fi. That's Big Panda and Wi-Fi. I will accept anyone and everyone. Not really gonna promote my Twitch.
Well, too bad.
That's
I'll do it for you. Be sure to also
that's
check out him
racist.
on Twitch. He actually is a really good streamer. Now, you'll notice how the two interviews had one theme one of the themes in common with them, aside from being cringy, was the relation of numbers, of whether or not you should say watch your average viewer count like a hawk after every stream, or whether or not you should pay attention to every single like. That was one of the topics that I wanted to really get in. Personally, I find that it's important to find a middle ground where you are paying attention to the likes, what the comments are saying, stuff like that, but you don't want it to determine the kind of content you make. This is my view. This is literally speaking for myself. Because, I mean, look what happened to the channel. I did Minecraft streams for like over 2 years or something, and I started hating it, or at least not liking it, after 1 year, maybe 2 out of the 3 or whatever. It just got boring, but I kept doing it because, hey, that's what people wanted. And then I moved to Twitch, and now it's like everything streaming related is a lot more fun for me, because it's like I'm not bound by Minecraft. That's gonna be all for today, guys. Hopefully this wasn't too horrible to watch. I just wanted to say that, as the video's kind of ending now, by the time this goes up, I will probably be live streaming, because I have a special thing I'm doing. And if you're like inverse of Minecraft, I'm playing Minecraft on my Twitch channel. But also, I do stream on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I also stream on Sundays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you can't make it to this specific stream for this specific Friday, you can always catch me at those times. If I'm not going to be live on those days, I will announce it in my Discord, which you can also join down below. Also, if you want to just hear whatever I'm like thinking randomly throughout the day, like how much I watched The Wiggles when I was younger. If you want to hear like my random crap throughout the day, go check me out on Twitter. Again, all the links down below will be somehow relevant to this video. They will help, most of them. Maybe not my links, not gonna lie. I need to get a haircut. My word. Oh, if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like. If you did not, well, you know. But also be sure to comment. Honestly, tell me if you found any of these tips helpful. If you did find these tips helpful, awesome. Super happy to hear it. However, if you found some of these not helpful or not completely true, honestly, tell me down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say when it comes to this. Or if you want to talk to me live again, I'll be live on the days previously mentioned. Either way, hopefully you all have an amazing day. This has been Risen Chaos Gaming, signing out once again.